All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory due unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. This is going to be a response video to the video on the screen here. Apostle Gabar did a lesson, basically a response video to the camp of the brothers in England, which definitely, would recommend brothers to watch. This is just going to be a response video to this response video that Apostle Gabar had did, which pretty much was a challenge from Elder Yatazak and the GMS Dallas camp, for brothers to do a response video to this video. So without further ado, the title of this is going to be basically a subtitle, an out of this world anger, which I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to the part where I believe this was mentioned, and then we're going to get some scriptures. Lord willing, brothers are edified.
That's an anger that's out of this world, an out of this world anger. Okay, let that digest in your melon. Especially you so-called white people, because the main people he's coming for is you Edomites, in particular, you top banking families. You should be shaking in your boots, man. You top banking families. You really should be, your knees should be knocking, especially if you're hearing this video, because when Yahushua comes back, man, you in trouble,
Right. And so you heard Apostle Gabar say, basically, an out of this world anger is going to come upon chiefly you Edomites. Okay, and so that's what we're going to go into on this lesson here. So we're going to go ahead and start in Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear. Hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth out of it." Okay, so this message right here is for all of the inhabitants of the earth to hear. Verse 2, "For the indignation," let's get that word indignation, because pretty much all of these scriptures that we're going to go into through the Spirit have this word here, indignation, or a form of it, which is, it says quatazap, which means wrath or anger, particularly the anger of the Most High. Okay, the wrath and anger of the Most High, which it says the root word to be is the same, pronounced the same, quatazap, which means to be displeased, to be angry, to be wroth, to be full of wrath, to be furious. Okay, now let's read it with that understanding. Let's read the verse 2 again, and Lord willing, this won't be too long. It says, "For the indignation or the furious wrath, the anger of Yahweh is upon all nations, his fury upon all their armies." Okay, and the reason why his fury is going to be upon these armies is because they are basically they're fighting over resources that they have basically gotten by deceit, these riches that they've gotten by deceit, and they want to continue to consume until there's nothing left to consume. All right, and they've done these atrocities, okay, to the earth and to the Most High's chosen people, the Israelites. Okay, it says he hath utterly continuing in verse 2, it says, "He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter." Okay, so he's going to utterly destroy these armies, like it talks about in 2 Ezra, the 13th chapter. It says, "And their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses." Now, that's because of all the dead bodies that are going to be left in the battlefield. It's going to be stinking the place up. Whenever you have a dead body just decomposing in the open, it stinks. From what I hear, I've never just smelled one. But I can imagine you leave a piece of raw chicken out for a couple of days and see how good your house smells. Okay, so imagine the whole body. It says, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Okay, so all of these nations, man, their armies are going to be destroyed. Imagine the amount of force that's going to be used, that's going to be necessary in order to overcome these armies, man. It's going to be like Apostle Kabar said, an out of this world anger and fury and power that's going to be shown upon these other nations. Okay, so that the Most High can bring balance back to the earth, man, and set his people up, the people of his promise, back up. Now, and that's going to be done through Yahushua. Now, let's go to the next verse, to the next scripture. As a matter of fact, you see, yeah, I'm going to go here because it's in Sirach. I'm going to go to Sirach. Let me see here. Sirach chapter 36. And Sirach 36:6, it says, show new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that thou may set forth thy wondrous works. Okay. And who is that right arm, that hand that the scripture is talking about? It's talking about Yahushua. And Yahushua is going to be the power. Okay, he's going to be the one to take down these nations, man. All right, he's going to be the one in them ships, along with the other angels in the chariots of the Lord. He's going to be the one to overthrow these armies. Okay, in the name of the Heavenly Father, man. Okay. And so these are going to be new things that day that Daniel, the 12th chapter, talks about that's coming. There's not going to be like any other day. So it's going to be so bad. It's going to be no day after it, man. And it's a day that has never been. That's how bad it's going to be. It's going to be a day that's so severe and so destructive. It's going to be on a level that's never even been seen before. All right. Now, continuing on in verse 7, it says, rise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary. Okay. Which we know adversary is what Satan means, or Shaitan means adversary. Okay. And who is the physical representation of the spiritual demon Satan here on the planet? Is you self-proclaimed white people, man. Okay, y'all are adverse to the ways of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay, and so you're gonna be taken out, uprooted. It says, take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. Who's the enemy? The self-proclaimed white man, the enemy of the Lord, the chief enemy of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai on the planet Earth is the self-proclaimed white man. Okay, that's just plain and simple. If you don't get that, then this video is not for you, man. Okay. Now, verse 8, it says, "Sake the time short, remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works." And the times are being shortened to where we're going to be delivered soon, and very soon, Lord willing, because we're asking the Most High to remember that covenant, that promise that He made, that He was going to set up Israel over all the nations. That new covenant. Okay, and write His law in our inward parts. All right, and we're going to be in rulership under Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai in that day. It says, "Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people." And who are the ones who seemingly escape judgment, and the ones who oppress the people? Self-proclaimed white man. Okay. It says, verse 10, "Smite in sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen, but that say there is none other but we." Which, what does the scripture say in what is that? Isaiah 14. Let me get that real quick. Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. I get it mixed up often. Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47 and 8. It says, therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, which is talking about America, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Okay, and it talks about how that destruction is going to be come upon this widow here. Okay, right? I'm sorry, not this widow. She's going to sit as a widow, but this virgin daughter of Babylon, okay, is going to come upon the destruction is going to come upon the virgin daughter of Babylon. All right, that says, I am, and none else besides me. Which that virgin daughter of Babylon is talking about America the Great. Now, let's go back to Sirach chapter 36 and read it again. Smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen that say there is none other but we. O Yahweh have, let me see, verse 11. It says, gather all the tribes of Jacob together and inherit thou them as from the beginning. Right? And that's what we're asking Yahweh Shem Yahushai to do. All right? To collectively bring all of the scattered tribes from the different parts of the world, okay, together under one nation, man. Okay, and one banner, one mindset, one idea, okay, one faith, and we're gonna be the possession of the Lord, man. Okay, like it was from the beginning, like it says here, as from the beginning. Okay, when he established us as his people in the wilderness, man. After he delivered us from the Egyptians. Now, next one I want to get is going to be in Isaiah, but this time the 13th chapter. Okay, Isaiah 13, and we know Isaiah 13 talks about the burden of Babylon, right? Just to make sure that this is established. Okay, which this is talking about Babylon the Great, man. When you read all the way down at the end, okay. But anyway, could talk about how it's never going to be inhabited. But I want to get to the point. So Isaiah 13 and 5, it says, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh, the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Okay. And so these other nations are going to come basically upon Babylon the Great, okay? And they're going to fight against Babylon the Great, which is America, all right? And these are the instruments or the weapons of the Most High's indignation as well, okay? And there's also going to be all different types of destruction coming from the chariots as well, man, okay? But you got to remember what's going to be the main destruction that's going to be caused is going to be by the thermonuclear missiles, which is going to be, is America going to shoot its own missiles on itself? No, it's going to be these other nations, man. These other nations are going to shoot their missiles upon America, their thermonuclear missiles upon America. Okay, and so these other nations that are also weapons of the Most High's indignation, because he's using these nations to destroy. He's using these nations and their armies to destroy America, man. Okay, so there's gonna be all sorts of chaos. The Lord's gonna have his way with you self-proclaimed white people, man. It's gonna come. It's guaranteed to happen. All right, so that's that on Isaiah 13. Next, let me see here, is Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter. And that's the spirit. Every time it goes into, you read the top of the chapter right here, woe to her that is filthy and polluted, the oppressing city. I wonder who that is. Let's take a guess. America. Okay. Let's see here. They've oppressed the Israelites, right? How you think America got so rich? Off of this, the slavery, of capitalizing off the slavery, the free labor of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, that's how they got so rich. Now, Zephaniah 3 and 8, It says, therefore, wait ye upon me, talking about the elect of his people, the Israelites. It says, therefore, wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. So the Most High considers these Edomites and these other nations, but chiefly these Edomites, his prey. I don't even gotta just go to Animal Planet and look up or National Geographic and look up a lioness, catching their prey, or a cheetah catching their prey. That's how it's gonna be, okay. But except in the in the Most High is gonna have his way of destroying these, basically destroying his prey or catching his prey, okay. And when you catch a prey, when a wild animal catches their prey, they don't treat it nicely, man. Most of the time they eat it alive. They don't even kill it first. They eat it alive first, or they may kill it, but it's dying though. That's the point, and that's what's gonna happen to you Edomites. You're gonna die, man. That's what's gonna happen. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation. Right, so the Most High is gonna basically make these other nations jump America, because it talks about how the heads of the dragon, okay, or the beast, I should say, the heads of the beast that's written about in the book of Revelation are gonna hate that horror that rideth upon the beast, man. They're gonna turn basically turn on America. They're gonna go from being friends to not being friends, okay, so to speak. It says that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation. And these other nations that are fighting, they're gonna have casualties too, man. All right, it's not gonna be. We're talking about World War III here. I mean, it's not gonna be just America getting its ass whooped and nobody else, getting injured. It's gonna be casualties on both sides, heavy casualties on both sides. It says, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Okay, so this right here, man, is not going to be a light judgment that's going to come upon the earth. Okay, now let's see here. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and end it here on Revelation, because I want to just, make the point and keep it pushing. Revelation 14:9 says, right. It says, I'll start at verse 8, actually. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Okay. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. What is the beast? The beast is NATO and the EU, the European Union. Okay, that's that conglomerate of nations that basically hold the most powerful force on the earth. Okay, it says, if any man worship the beast and his image, which the image of the beast and the mark. Well, first of all, we know the mark of the beast. That's the RFID chip. Okay, if you receive that in your hand or your forehead, then you're done, man. You're done for, or anywhere, your foot, anywhere. You put the chip anywhere, then you're done for, man. Okay, and the image of the beast, of course, is the New World Order. Okay, so following after the philosophy of basically Edomite supremacy and the New World Order, which is basically is a so-called white man. That's the God that you need to worship. That's ultimately what the agenda is for the New World Order, for the white man, the self-proclaimed white man, or the Edomite, to be the God on the earth to be worshipped, which is pure madness, man. All right, and so it says in verse 10, and this is how against that mentality the Most High and His Son is, man, and that's how against this mentality we need to be. It says, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, which that is the full amount of punishment, all right, that man is gonna experience, man, that you can possibly experience, man, which is gonna come by way, which I'm gonna read it first. It says, "And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." Okay, which is going to be by way of thermonuclear missiles. You're going to be, it's going to be, it's going to be the worst death, the worst painful death imaginable, being burned alive. Okay, so not just that indignation only coming upon you Edomites, which is what is mainly, that's the Most High is the most maddest at you devils, man. Y'all, once you Edomites get eradicated from the earth, okay, and become extinct, then that's when the earth is going to be safe, okay, from any possibility of having to see you ruin anything, man. Trying to think about how to create GMOs and all that stuff is going to be out the window, okay, in the different manners of ways that you've destroyed the earth. Okay, the Most High sees that, and you're gonna and you Edomites are going to be punished accordingly. Okay, and we can't wait to see that day, right? And so that's how against, like I said, the Most High is, and that's how pissed off he is at you Edomites. Okay, and any of those, even those of his people, even those Israelites who take that chip, all right, you're gonna have to suffer the death of the wicked as well. Okay, he's not playing, man. The Most High is not playing. He's coming with an out of this world anger. Okay, and so Lord willing, you brothers are edified with that. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory due unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai B'Shem Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.